Okay, we're going to end the videos today with a little bit of math. I will not be making social studies videos because you're just going to watch some videos online and then you're going to do some simple worksheets, a short reading comprehension or a crossword puzzle, something like that. So you won't need my help on that. But I've given you on different days a different number of videos that you can choose from. On a couple of days, I said you have to watch this video in order to be able to do this work. So the Brain Pot videos are really good. Some of the YouTube videos with that teacher, I forget his name off the top of my head, but I enjoy his videos as well. But I think you guys will like the Brain Pot videos because it has Moby, the robot, in it. And then I also included some of the Schoolhouse Rock videos because, you know, those are some of my favorite from when I was growing up. But let's get some math done first. Your targets for today are: I can apply concepts of place value to expanded form. I can apply concept of place value to rounding numbers in addition and money. I can identify value of money by determining change. I can apply concepts of addition and multiplication to measurement comparisons. We're skipping a couple of pages, but we will use some of those pages as a part of our introduction and review for today's lesson. So for today, I need you to have out workbook pages 283 and 284. If you don't have those, stop the video, get that page out of your math workbook, and you'll need a pencil, of course, to be able to do that. So I'm going to give you a second to get that page out. Okay. On these problems at the top of the page, it doesn't tell us to find the actual sum, it tells us to estimate. And remember, when we estimate to the nearest 10, which is what your scale has been, you have to have a 0 placeholder in the ones column. Remember, when we round our numbers, 5 is the magic number in the ones column. So if the ones place has a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, our rounding moves up to the next 10. If our ones place has a 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0, we round down to the lower tens. So our range for 68 would be either 60 or 70. If we look at the 8, 8 is greater than 5, so we're going to round up, and 68 would round to 70. Behave, Frady. 32 has a 2 in the ones place, and that tells us that our range is 30 to 40. With 2 in the ones column, we're going to round down. So 32 rounded to the nearest 10 would be 30. And then we add, and we get this estimate is a 100. And yes, I already know that if I actually added this, I would still get 100. But the instruction said to estimate, so I'm estimating. Let's look at the next one because it won't work. 25 has a 5 in the ones column. My range will be 20 to 30. Because there's a 5 in the ones column, I'm going to round up to the higher 10. So 25 rounded to the nearest 10 is 30. And then I look at 23. My range will be 20 to 30. The 3 in the ones column tells me to round down. So 23 rounded to the nearest 10 is 20. And when I add those two estimates, I get that it's about 50. If I added it, it would be exactly 48, and 48 is about 50. It's near 50. 77. What's your range? Your range is going to be 70 to 80. There's a 7 in the ones place, and that tells me to round up. So I'm rounding up to the larger 10, and that makes 80. 11. My range is going to be 10 to 20. There's a 1 in the ones column. 1 tells me to round down. So 11 rounds to 10. When I add those two estimates, I get that this would equal about 90. It would be exactly 88, and 88 is near or close to 90. 42, my range would be 40 or 50. The 2 in the ones column tells me to round down, so 42 rounded to the nearest 10 is 40. 56, my range would be 50 to 60. So the 6 in the ones column tells me to round up. So my number would be 60. When I add those, I get that my estimate is 100. The exact answer would be 98, and 98 would round to 100. It would be close to 100. Okay, now I want you to look at page 284 and go to problem number 2. Problem number 2 says to write the number that your teacher says. So for problem A, you're going to write a mixed number. I want you to write 5 and 1/4. I think I typed, no I didn't, 1/2. My bad, 5 and 1/2. I can't see in the dark. 5 and 1/2. I already heard you out there moaning that you had to erase. 5 and 1/2. So it is a mixed number. You have the whole number of 5. You have a fraction of 1/2. Number 2, I want you to write $904.07. And yes, I'm trying to trick you because I want to see who knows how to write 7 cents and not 70 cents. $904.07. Don't forget your dollar sign. 904 and 7 cents. That means that it's less than $1 and that it's 7 out of 100 cents, because remember 100 cents make the dollar. All right, the next one. 52,030. 52,030. Let's see if you know what you need to leave out and what you need to put as a placeholder. 52,000 was the easy part. The 30 part is where they're trying to mess you up. They're trying to trick you. You've got to know your place value. 30 has no hundreds, but it has 3 tens and 0 ones. 52,030. The last one is 5,000. I don't know what I wrote. Miss Millette does not have the same things written here that she has in her book. You know why? Because I'm looking at 2 different things. My fault. Let's just go ahead and finish this one. D, 5,006. 5,006. You need a 5 in the thousands, no hundreds, no tens, 6 ones. Miss Millette went ahead of herself. She's supposed to be in this book now and not that one, but it's okay. All right. On the next section, I'm going to give you some temperatures, and I want you to tell me which temperatures are colder than the freezing point of water. So I'm going to put some temperatures up here, and I want you to circle the ones that are colder than the freezing point of water, and these are all Fahrenheit. Well, the first thing you have to know is what is the freezing point of water. And the freezing point of water is 32. I forgot to put that on your math information sheet, so you might want to add that. The freezing point is 32. The boiling point is 212. Okay, so you should have circled 31 and 14. This is close to freezing, but it's not freezing. It won't freeze. It's already melting at 37. Okay, so here's your instruction part today. We're going to work with money and paying for things with money. Now, we've been practicing how to count out money, but now you've got to know what to do if you pay with too much money. All right, so listen to this problem. It says Andrew bought a Moose coffee mug at the Rocky Mountain National Park gift shop. The mug cost $6. Andrew gave the clerk $10. Did Andrew have enough money? Well, yes, he did, because 10 is greater than 6. Did Andrew pay too much money? Yes, he did, because 10 is greater than 6. Should Andrew get some money back? Yes, he should, because 10 is greater than 6. The money Andrew gets back is called change, and I bet you already knew that. We can figure out how much change Andrew gets back by subtracting $6 from $10. How much change will Andrew get? And I bet you already know. 10 take away 6 equals $4. All right, let's practice another one. 2 steps. Emily bought 4 elk magnets for her friends. So she bought 4 magnets. Each magnet cost $2. How much money does she need? We know we're buying 4 magnets and each costs $2, and we know that that magic word each can either tell us to multiply or divide. But in this problem, I am looking for a total. So if I am looking for a total, then I am going to multiply. So 4 times 2 equals, how much money will she spend? 4 times 2, either count 4s, 4, 8, or you could say 2, 4, 6, 8. But she's going to spend $8. Here's the second part. If Emily gives the clerk a $10 bill, how much change will she get back? So our first step was that we had to determine how much money she's spending. Our second step is that we have to determine the amount of change she gets back. So if she gives the clerk a 10 and it costs 8, how much change will she get back? And you already know, bam, 10 take away 8 equals 2. So she will get back $2. Now let's do a thinking cap. Today, your target was working with change. Now, tomorrow we're going to start doing more subtracting with change, and I'm going to have to teach you a new step about borrowing $1 and moving it to the change, because it's a little bit different than just working with numbers greater than 1. Listen to the following and answer them. Yes or no? Think about it. 17 is more than 8. That would be a yes. $6 plus $4 equals $10. That would be a yes. The sum of 128 and 100 is 238. The sum of 128 and 100 is 238. Yes or no? That should be no, because two plus 0 equals 2. All right? A half dozen cookies is 6 cookies. That should be yes, because half of 12 is 6. A foot is more than 10 inches. Well, how many inches are in a foot? That's on your measurement sheet. A foot is 12 inches, so a foot is more than 10 inches. 825 is less than 582. 825 is less than 582. Well, that's false. That's no, because 800s are greater than 500s. So that is incorrect. The sum of 6, 1, 2, and 5 is 15. The sum of 6, 1, 2, and 5. 6 and 1 are 7. 7 and 2 are 9. 9 and 5 make 14. So the answer is no. 5 nickels is the same as 20 cents. 5 nickels. So we can do this two ways. We can put 5 nickels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or we can say we have 5 groups of 5. And either way, we're going to get the same answer. We're going 2 different routes and getting to the same point. 5 5s make 25. So the answer is no. February has 28 days this year. No, this year is leap year, so this year had 29. A dozen eggs is the same as 15 eggs. Well, if you know your carton of eggs, you know that there are not 15, there are only 12, so that's no. A quarter is the same as 2 dimes and 1 nickel. Well, 2 dimes will be 2 tens, 1 nickel would be 5 ones, so that would be yes. And Joe's teacher is a tall man. He is 6 inches tall. 6 inches. Yes or no? I think that is a no, because 6 inches, remember, using your fingers, he wouldn't be but about yay tall. I don't think he's tall if he's that tall. All right, your job today is to complete workbook pages 289 and 290. There is a review of perimeter, remember, which is the outside distance around a shape. You've got some conversions, which that's one reason why I sent through the math measurement sheet. You've got multiplication facts. I hope you're finding time to practice those. You've got telling time to the 5-minute and what time of day it started, addition with regrouping, word problem using temperature, nothing really that is new. Number 2 is making change. Number 3 is making change. B is making change, and then 3A and B have to do with place value. Should not take you that long. But like I said, tomorrow we're going to work with subtracting using dollars with no cents, so that you can learn how to bring the dollar over when you regroup, because it's not the same as regrouping with tens and ones. I hope you've had a great first day back. I hope you had a great spring break. I enjoyed seeing your Easter pictures on Facebook. I've missed interacting with you, and this is not the same thing as getting to interact with you. But hopefully we'll set up another time to have a Zoom meeting and we can talk about anything, any of the subjects that's giving you any difficulty. But please know that you can email me, you can text me, you can send me a message on Remind if you need to tell me anything. I'll be glad to help you in any way that I can, because you know I love you and I only want what's best, and I want you to rise up. Have a great rest of the day, and I will talk with you guys tomorrow.